Hi friends, this is George, George Nandan here. Most of you don't know me. I retired from chutney music a long time ago, 2004. Um, what I want to talk about is something very close and dear to my heart, suicide. We've all read the reports, we have all seen the reports, we have all concerned about the reports coming out of my native country, Guyana. Um, no one asked me to do this. It's just totally up to me because I was, um, uh, you know, affected by suicidal thoughts not too long ago after the real estate crash, and stuff like that. So I know the impact, what it has in the community, the economic loss, the lives that shattered, dreams that shattered. So I want to take this couple of minutes to give a little hope. Hope is when all thing that I can give to my fellow citizens out there. Uh, you know, I was at that point where I was overwhelmed with issues when I was actually looking at the mountain and not beyond the mountain. Um, where I was very good at with my coping abilities, but at this point of time I was overwhelmed. It was too much. Now different people will take it differently. I thought that no one would understand. How wrong could I have been? I have good family members, and there's some people in the world would actually look at you differently with suspicion or even laugh at you if you confide in them and stuff like that. So those are the things that I risked at that time. um, thinking that no one will understand. Well, there's a couple of ways that I went about doing it, and the one thing is faith in God. Some people call it religion. I call it, when you're desperate, you try anything, and the last thing we thought of we'll try is God, and I tried God. It worked. In terms of that, it has given me a new purpose in life. It has raised me from the depths, and I do have some suggestions. We're all gifted in our own way, and I would suggest that to get our mind off things, to get our mind back on track, to be productive again, we should develop a hobby. Thank God I was blessed with singing and music abilities and stuff. When I went back to it, I would suggest that we find a hobby. Those who are thinking of ending it all, um, I'm not calling you selfish, but um, there is a lot of people that went through that path, and we have found our way back, and there is hope. You can. I would suggest, finding a hobby, getting something going, getting something to take your mind off things, and looking at the mountain. The mountain really is not the problem. Is the thought that you give it that the mountain is a problem. You give the mountain power. You give the problems power. Um, I I've learned that the easy accessibility to pesticides in Guyana. Guyanians pretty much have a long way to come in regulating these things, and hopefully the politicians will do something about it or regulating it, and instead of fighting each other. So in terms of developing a hobby, developing a skill, help you get your mind off the issues, um, and develop coping abilities and to deal with everyday little problems. Um, these things were never an issue back in the day in Guyana because we had so much stuff to do, responsibilities. We were very poor. We had to, from grazing the cow to water the garden. Help our parents. Go to school, no shoes, no one short on pants for the entire year. So, some people had no pencil. you know those days may be gone, but now we have a whole bunch of different things to worry about now. The pressure from keeping up with the facades and the sings and the different things going on. All these things, all these fake things. um, so once again, there are others who have tread that path, and we will understand. Look, you can find me on Facebook, you can inbox me, you find me on WhatsApp, find me. I'm almost on every single social media, and there's down the road I will deal with the issue. I'll become a filmmaker. I'll do what I can. Even working on a song to come out later on in the year, um, addressing the issue. Um, and I do not like band-aid approach. I like a proactive kind of guy. I'm doing one-on-one consultation whenever I have patients at work, when they come in overdosed with drugs, and they all have one thing in common, and that thing is they have given up all hope. There is hope. Okay, take it from me. There is hope. The couple things I have went over in terms of dealing with being overwhelmed. I mean, it's okay to find someone to talk to, but not everyone will understand. The most important person is you, and this has to come from the inside out. The weight of problems is giving power to the mountain. What I'm saying is very simple. The way I have done it, not I'm suggesting or telling anybody to do it. I'm sharing with you what I have done. I've turned to faith. I've turned to God. I've turned to the most important person close to me, my wife, my best friend in life. I've turned to back to my hobbies of music and songs and writing. The talents that God has blessed me with. To my It helped me develop my coping abilities, and now that I'm sharing and I'm seeing mostly young people and teenagers, not only there here in the United States but back home in Guyana, every day when I read it I want to cry. And now that I've decided to do something about it, and I will do more when I finish up at school and become a nurse, and I will personally come and help. um, I want to commend all of you, all those who are doing it with whatever little you can, whatever little time, whatever little financial help you're putting in your time, and God will reward you. Every life that is saved, including mine, means something, because no one gives life except the good Lord, and no one has the right to take it. You do not have the right to take your own life, and so do me. I did not have that right. And when that realization dawned on me, I said, you know what? Enough is enough. We have to go forward. And I am actually going forward at a very fast rate, and I expect you to do the same. These are little insights that I have done myself. If you know someone that is affected by it, just do not go band-aid stuff. I hate blaming other people and no one will understand. Look, be sympathetic. Think about looking at the mountain and see how heavy that mountain is. People are overwhelmed today. The pressure is on um, just everyday living. Like I make a comparison, I compare and contrast how I was brought up with lots of responsibilities, the determination of coming to America, and I was never distracted with the everyday um, stuff. I didn't have time to think about that. If we can go back to that a little bit and balance it out, then I think we can make a real effort in dealing with this issue. Um, Thank you for listening. I'll make more videos later on. um, I'll give some more explanations and details. Just inbox me, anybody that has a family member, especially young kids. I deal with teenagers and young people attempting to take their lives. Consult with them. I sit with them one on one. I show them out that if we can look away from the mountain or beyond the mountain, there is hope.